Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm Relix, and today we are going to go over episode 1 of My Hero Academia season 7. So I didn't watch it the moment it came out, but I watched it the day of, and I've been excited to see the next season of the anime. Ever since I first watched it, literally last year. I only watched it last year, and I binged right through it. It's amazing anime. I love it. One of my top 3 of all time, like hands down. It is just amazing. All the characters, the design, the music, everything about it is just out of this world. So if you guys are watching this and you guys haven't seen it, or any bit of the anime, I recommend you guys go watch it. Obviously, if you guys are here probably because you guys were interested or have watched season 7 and you guys are curious if we share the same thoughts or anything like that. Obviously, what I'm going to say in this video is just my opinion and comments and all that stuff about the episode and what I feel like went down inside the episode. So first of all, yes, there will be spoilers. So if you guys have not watched the episode and you don't want to be spoiled, be sure to not watch this. But just know that I will be giving a rating on each episode and basically giving my overall thoughts. So without further ado, let's get started. So if you guys, like I said, if you guys don't want spoilers, please skip it. Thank you for watching anyways. But yeah, let's begin. So first of all, you guys can see right here is a picture of Star and Stripe, and she is the main hero for the episode. Basically, she was introduced at the end of season 6. She was basically, in a sense, called upon from Japan, or from the USA, I mean, by Japan to come and assist with the villain crisis that's going on. And so, getting more information, her master is actually All Might, and because he is in trouble, she is coming to help. And so, we do get a little bit more information of what he means to her throughout the episode. I'll go over that a little bit later. But in any case, right here, she'll be right here for this episode. She is the hero of the episode, therefore her PNG will stay up for the entire thing. And I will do this going forward for the rest of the season as well. So I'll be picking a hero I felt like was the hero of the episode, just to add a little bit of bonus content here and there. So the anime, or the new season, starts off with Deku basically, he's inside the academy. He's just reminiscing, feeling at ease. And then of course they open up with what we left off from season 6, and that's basically Deku wants to save Tomura Shigaraki. So he doesn't want to kill him, but he wants to save him because he feels like he can save him. The expression that he gave him was one of like he's afraid and he wants to be rescued. I'm not sure I agree. Watching the end of season 6, and of course I watched the recap videos as well, so I don't agree with what he saw, but the other One for All members, they agree, and they will go with whatever Deku decides to do with his powers. So that was an interesting that's an interesting story development. I'm not sure how I feel about it, just because Shigaraki, he hasn't really come across as a good guy in any fashion. Like, to me, I don't think he is anywhere nice. Unfortunately, I think he's just one of those characters that should just die. And unfortunately, because everyone keeps showing him a little bit of mercy, he just keeps surviving. At least I felt like throughout the anime. So that's just my opinion. But he also meets with his classmates. Again, it's just a intro video to show that they're all there, they're all with him. He's kind of got his normal high school life back for a brief moment of time, thanks to Uraraka and her speech at the end of season 6. So everyone's here, everyone's happy, hooray for him. And then it cuts to the opening of the anime, and in the opening we actually got some sneak peeks at some interesting details. I'm not going to go over everything, obviously. I'm not going to go over the entire opening. However, we did see a few things. I want to show, this is Toru. She's the invisible girl from class 1A, and she was teased. I don't remember what it was exactly, but she was teased in, I think it was a magazine. I'm not entirely sure. But basically, she has been invisible 100% of the time in the entire anime so far. And then this opening actually reveals what she looks like, when she's not invisible, albeit just her head. But you can clearly see that these are her gloves, and therefore it is her. So we do get to see what she looks like when she's partially not invisible. So if you guys have already seen the spoilers from before, you obviously know that this is what she looked like. But I just think it's kind of cool that they acknowledged her actual appearance in the opening. So it may give us a indication that she may play an important role, perhaps, considering that she got her own little sequence in the opening, compared to the other heroes. Another one is Kyodai Garaki and in the Nomus. And as you guys can see here, a lot of different kind of Nomus are here. High-end Nomus, I should say, specifically. And I'm guessing that we're going to see a lot more heavy combat between, the big heroes and these guys. I don't remember what exactly happened to Garaki. I think he was captured. I don't remember if he got out or not. I can't remember. But obviously he plays an important role in these guys. And so I'm expecting, a lot more action to happen. Not to mention in the first episode, we also did see some high-end Nomus bodyguarding All For One. So we're definitely going to see some this season as well. Next up, actually, and the last one I want to talk about is my favorite hero, Mirko. She obviously, clearly from this sequence here, she is very banged up. She got her ass whooped for sure during the war arc, and she's clearly missing some limbs, and I'm very saddened by that. Throughout, she doesn't get as much dialogue and screen time as the other people did, but that that's the whole point. She's not like the main characters. Obviously, Class 1A is, but I still love her a lot. She's my favorite as far as heroes go. Not my favorite character, but my favorite hero. So, good to see that maybe she will also make a return as well. And obviously we get to see what her new, I guess you can say, body parts will be able to do in combat. So, good for her. Going forward into the anime, that was the opening. We get a glimpse of basically what the USA is looking at on TV, and showing the crisis that's happening in Tokyo. Obviously, Japan is under much attack from all the villains in the area. All For One freed many prisoners from jails across the country, and therefore they're going crazy. And obviously now they're broadcasting and showing who the leaders are of the Paranormal Liberation Army. I forget exactly what it's called, but yeah. So basically, they're making headlines everywhere around the world, which All For One elaborates to Spinner, one of his villain colleagues, that the world will not respond because the world also has their own connections to All For One, in which there's villains everywhere. And because of the things that are happening in Japan, more villain activity is going on. So it's kind of, a big deal. And the fact that, everyone thinks that, if the ones in Japan are getting away with it, then they can too around the world. So therefore, basically, Tomura Shigaraki can, incubate even more, get stronger, and basically become what All For One really wants him to be. And so, basically, Japan's kind of on their own, which hence the reason why the USA's number one hero, Stars and Stripe, is coming to Japan herself. She is not going through USA, you know, order. She's not going under orders or anything like that. She's going under her free will because she wants to help out her master, All Might. So great to see that the US is obviously going to go help, and of course that, you know, she has a connection to one of the characters. Obviously her physique is very similar to All Might. I don't know if that's because she really is built that way, or if she's, you know, making up, you know, a fake body. Just because during the anime she said that she's using her quirk on herself already, and she can only have a couple of her rules going at the same time, and I'll explain what that means later. But it makes me think, what's actually, you know, is it really her actual physical appearance, or is it something secret, just like All Might's was? So we'll see what happens. Obviously this is just the first episode, but yeah, it continues on, and basically we get this matchup here. Tomura actually goes out and meets her along the way on her journey to Japan. And so basically the episode is their face-off in the skies. As you guys can see, there's clearly clouds beneath them, and they're in the sky together. So they go out and they fight. Star Stripe, she has a team of US fighters. I don't know exactly what the ship is, but it's kind of cool to see because she's able to stand on top of them. I don't know how the ships move. Obviously during the anime it doesn't look like they are constantly in motion, so, you know, obviously not being very realistic, they can do whatever they want. Basically I think they're free roaming type of fighter jets, and, you know, they don't necessarily move. They can sit still in the sky, allowing her to kind of board them one by one if needed. And so they assist her in fighting Tomura basically throughout the entire fight. And meanwhile, we also have Endeavor. He's the flame ball over the ocean, as well as Bestigenus and Hawks. He's coming. They're all coming to assist her. Well, rather, they're going to meet her, I believe, but they were informed that she would be fighting, and so they're probably going to make an appearance in the next episode, and hopefully we'll get some good action from that. Going more into the fight, Stars. I'm going to just nickname her Star because that's what her colleagues call her. That way I don't have to keep saying her full name. She actually starts using her quirk right away, in line with the jets. And so here's the first one that she was able to do. She formed a vacuum around Tomura, which caused him to not be able to breathe. And basically she caused the air to, you know, not exist in a certain area. So obviously the star shape is just probably because of aesthetics, but it's kind of cool to see because then we get our first look of what her quirk does. The next thing she does is she has the jets fire a laser at Tomura while he's in the vacuum, and it doesn't do much damage. He's able to regenerate easily, and so he reflects the lasers back at her using one of his quirks that he attained from All For One, and in doing so she was able to grab it. Star was able to grab the lasers, make it physical, and basically, you know, hold it in her hands, which is kind of interesting. It makes us wonder, how does the quirk work, in which, you know, how is she able to manifest this ability and make things that weren't there before, you know, become physical is interesting. I didn't understand it at first, but obviously the episode will continue to explain it. And then we also got a flashback right after that, explaining more into detail of, you know, where she comes from and how does she know All Might? How is All Might her master? And basically, when she was little, and it was in a car, a villain was attacking her, and basically All Might saved her life. And since then, she was inspired. She fell in love with All Might, I guess his power, and therefore, when he was younger, of course, in the USA. And so, I guess she followed in his footsteps, you can say. Now, as far as quirks are concerned, I don't know if she had it or was given it. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Because her quirk is quite unique. It's very, I would say, very powerful. Maybe too powerful based on what I've seen. But we'll see what its limitations are. But basically, her quirk is, able to take the form or take something that she names and manipulate the rules of existence for it. So in Tomura's case, she would have to touch him. She has to physically touch it in order to make it transform or to make it change its existence in some fashion. So in Tomura's case, she touched him by punching him down onto one of her jets and then telling him basically if he moves, he will die. And unfortunately, it doesn't work because of this. This is in Tomura's mind. However, we also saw this at the end of season 6. All for One is actually merging himself with Tomura, and therefore he does not identify whether if he is in control or if All for One is in control, and therefore he has no real identity, and therefore Star's actual quirk doesn't work on him, even though she knows his name. He actually goes on to explain in detail, what he thinks the quirk actually does, and so it's kind of funny. I like the little animation design here. It's very cute. I just thought maybe it was a little bit too much exposition into how her quirk works. I like it when what's his name? I forget his name. The microphone guy. I like it when he explains the quirks themselves to us, to the audience. That way, it's not like the character is doing it and explaining it to us for our own benefit. But it was still cute to see. But basically, she needs to name the thing that she wants to move, for example, or change the rules of its existence. For example, the rock, as you guys can see on the bottom of the screen, she can say, change this rock and make it float. There you go. Now the rock can, float in the sky. At least that's what the picture is depicting. Now, can she actually do that? Not entirely sure, but we are to believe that she can change the, basically the laws of physics amongst some of the things that she can manipulate, such as air or lasers. So the fight for the anime or the episode actually ends off with her creating a giant air, shape of herself. She told the air to create a size or something the size 1,000 times her size, and so basically it made her just 1,000 times bigger. And in doing so, she's able to manipulate the air physically, and it's able to actually punch Tomura and smash him. And once he was smashed into the ground, Star actually asked her jets to fire at her, and she combined all of their lasers into one physical form and basically made it into a sword, and then she used that to stab Tomura into the ground through the water. So basically, he's not regenerating, or at least he's unable to regenerate at a fast rate, but he is not dying. So that's how the anime or the episode ended. I keep saying the anime. That's how the episode ended. And basically, these rocket things are approaching from the U.S., I guess, a U.S. base. She asked for her superior, I guess, Commander Agpar from, wherever he is in the U.S. He's her superior, I suppose, and so he asked her to send, I don't know exactly what she said, some kind of help or assistance, and that it's technically, I guess, not, authorized, but for her, he did so. And so these rockets that are labeled as Tiamat are approaching the battlefield. We saw at the end of the episode, they were right there in visual range. And so we'll see what these things really do because he says to make them hit their target, to make sure that they hit the targets. So if you guys don't know what Tiamat really is, it's in mythology at least, it is a 5-headed dragon. And so in this case, there's 10 Tiamat, I guess, rockets or missiles or whatever these things are. So basically 2 Tiamat, a 10-headed dragon, 10 heads to attack. So I don't know. We'll see what they do. It's quite interesting. I'm guessing they will have some kind of like not like quirk negating properties, but I'm assuming something that will make sure that Tomura dies or just can't use his quirks. I don't know. We will see. We will see what happens in the next episode. But as far as this episode is concerned, that's pretty much it. That's where it ends. And therefore, we're left hanging on the edge of the battle and saying, what will happen? What will happen to Tomura? Will Star actually beat him? Because it kind of looks like she is, but we don't know. Because of her quirk, which is called New Order, she can stay at a distance and not have to be worried about being touched by him and turning into dust. So it's quite interesting. I actually think that her quirk is way overpowered, but it is what it is. We'll see. We will see what they do. But yeah, I enjoyed this episode. A little too much exposition, towards the end, but I still enjoyed it regardless. I'm excited to see what happens next. And I will be doing these reviews every single week after I watch the episode. Yeah, overall, I would say, rating-wise, I'd probably give it maybe a 7. I'll give it a solid 7. On my scale, 5 is 1 to 10, 1 being absolute crap, don't watch it, and 10, I loved it, absolute best episode ever. I'll give it a solid 7. 5 is average, so this is basically somewhere within the, it was a good episode, it was a solid episode, not too many complaints, and I liked it. It was enjoyable. So hopefully this trend continues, because I really love this anime and I want to see what else happens. Going forward, I hope to see more of the Class 1A, because I do like the characters. I thought at first, when I first watched the anime, that there's going to be too many characters. And then some of them have to die, because even though they're kids, not everyone can live. They can't all be the best heroes. And of course, as I've watched as the seasons go on, not all of them are good. Some of them are unfortunately just mediocre, and I think that's very fair. A couple of them are, I think, also, ridiculously overpowered, but at the same time, I am enjoying it, and I think the character personalities and, in the way the quirks work per character, I think some of it is very balanced, and, I think it's great to see in this kind of anime. Unlike, for example, I literally just watched Dragon Ball Super, and I finished it literally a couple weeks ago, and the Tournament of Power was just an absolute letdown. I was so pissed off and just really disappointed in the powers that I was like, oh man, why am I watching this? So watching Dragon Ball Super, I would rate that literally like a 3 or something like that, because I hated Goku, to be honest. I really hated Goku a lot. It was such a big letdown. But then watching this now, this is such a refreshing piece of anime that, I'm very happy that I'm able to watch this now. And of course, I'm watching other things as well, but this is the kind of stuff I want to see. It has great action, good design, and, the characters are amazing. So no one feels really overpowered or underpowered, outside of who their character is, right? And so that's why I really like it. So yeah, solid 7 for this episode. I know I'm probably rambling, so I'm going to end it here. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, I will be doing this after every episode. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button. Comment down below what you guys thought. Let me know, did you guys love it? The episode, did you guys not like it, let me know. And then, of course, let me know your guys' thoughts on it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for more content, as well as to keep up with the episode reviews. Overall, I expect the season to be just as amazing as all the other ones. Because I didn't do reviews for the previous seasons, I may do something later on at the end of this season. Maybe explain like my favorite characters, my favorite quirks, or maybe I'll do it during the entire season. We'll see. I do want to do more videos on anime stuff in general, so we'll see where this goes. But for now, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.